So this is one more question of SAT, which most of the participants find a little difficult to answer. Here, the problem is that there is, these questions require a thorough understanding of what's going on. And sometimes participants try to answer the whole thing without understanding the scenario. So there are two steps written as shown here, which you should follow to answer such types of questions. The first step is find your own word and then match with the options. Don't read the options unless you have found your own word. Okay, so these are transition questions, and there's some kind of relationship between the part before the blank and the part after the blank. And unless you have found that relationship, you should not attempt to put in some option from the given choices. First of all, you should discover your own word which you would like to put in there, and then you should match the word from the given options. So let's see what's happening here. What kind of words, transition words are used in the premise and which clues are available. So they talk about some kind of painting by some artist which depicts a bike race in four-dimensional space. So that is fine. It is four-dimensional, which is catching my attention. And they say, of course, this guy's painting doesn't technically represent a fourth dimension. Why? Because humans can only see in three dimensions. So that is something interesting. It's a 4D picture, but it is not able to represent the fourth dimension because we can see only three dimensions and it's a 2D picture. Dash, by depicting the race through multiple simultaneous perspectives, this guy offers a fascinating glimpse at what this other universe might look like. So I see that there is some kind of limitation spoken in the sentence before, which says, of course, this guy cannot technically represent 4D things because humans can see only 3D objects. So he has made a 4D picture, but he's using some kind of 3D imaging technique to represent 4D, and that is one limitation. The tone of the sentence looks like a bit compromising and underwhelming if you look at it. Of course, this guy's painting doesn't, there is a negative word, doesn't technically represent fourth dimension. So it's a limitation. And then the next line, if you look at it, the tone of it is a bit positive and encouraging. Dash, by depicting the race through multiple whatever perspectives, this guy is offering a fascinating glimpse. That looks like a positive word. So I see a contrast of tone between these two sentences, and the transition has to represent that contrast. So I would rather say, however, nevertheless, notwithstanding the dimension challenge, or notwithstanding this challenge, that kind of thing. Something which is like a U-turn, a however or a but. Yeah. So something which is similar to a however or a but or notwithstanding the fact, something like that. So it is not moreover. That said is a kind of U-turn, which says, which represents the contrast in a subtle manner that, okay, you cannot represent the fourth dimension, but still you are doing something. So that said fits in. In other words, is like you are depicting the same thing in other words. Had it represented the challenge itself and had given a better explanation, in other words, would have been fine. And it is definitely not an example of something. So the answer is that said, because it is nearest to what we said here, like words like however or but. So these are my words which I might like to put there, right? Nevertheless, so, some kind of U-turn, and the word which matches this particular set of words is that said. So that said is used when you are introducing some kind of subtle U-turn, and that's what fits in. Let me just repeat the steps once again. What you should do is, first of all, figure out a word of your choice which fits in the transition, and then match the word with the given options. It will be easy for you to figure out the right answer this way. Thank you so much and all the very best.